All right, Shalom. First and foremost, all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham Rakakodash, which Yahweh was named Heavenly Father. Bahasham means in the name. Ba'in had the Sham name. Yahweh Shai's name, only begotten Son, which means he delivers. Matthew 1:21, for he shall save his people. All right, let you know salvation only for Israel. And Racha Kodash means Holy Spirit, literally translated Spirit Holy. Racha, Spirit, Kodash, Holy. Double honor to the apostles, El's Great Millstone. And shout out to you brothers doing this thing in sincerity and truth and with charity. I'm gonna hop right into it, man. This devil is crafty. It goes from a diamond implant to a chip implant, all right, a brain implant. As you can see, it said Lil Uzi and Grimes weren't brain implants, question mark. So I screenshotted this shit, the last couple screenshots of it. So this dude, you can see he got a diamond implant in his forehead, supposedly $24 million diamond put in his forehead. And everybody was talking about he looks like the dude Vision off of Marvel, you know. But then it says, this week Uzi tweeted about Elon Musk's tech startup Neuralink, which the brothers, starting with the apostles on down, been talking about Neuralink since Elon was talking about it, man. All right? Let you know that soon they're going to try to chip you, your hand, your forehead, whatever, man. All right? Because that is the mark of the beast. All right? A currency that's going to be implanted within you, okay? It said you can't buy or sell without it. So it says, this week Uzi tweeted about Elon Musk's tech startup Neuralink, which is working on a brain implant that will allow users to stream music in their heads, something that could be very appealing to a musician like Uzi. And I think just last week or 2 weeks ago, right before this happened, Elon mentioned that he has a monkey with an implant that's playing games now. You know, so they pushing this shit forward. So it says, when Elon's girlfriend Grimes saw Uzi's tweet, she encouraged him to have the surgery. Let's get brain chips. Grimes responded to Uzi, I'm ready when we're doing it. Uzi asked. Grimes said she wants to aim for chips by 2022. And if the experimental surgery works, she and Uzi will have the knowledge of the gods. Uzi appeared on board, responding, okay, I will call you for more detail. And that's what they pushing forward to, man. All right? Esau wants to be as God, and that's the same. Hey, look, man. This is 2 Corinthians 2:11. Lest Satan should get an advantage of us, we are not ignorant of his devices. All right, this is the same tactic that was used in the garden. Eve was enticed by what? Being called a god. This is Genesis 3:1. Now the serpent was more subtle than any beast of the field which Yahweh had made. All right, and who is that serpent? Who is that serpent? This is Revelation 12. And 9, and the great dragon was cast out, that old serpent called the devil and Satan, which deceiveth the whole world. He was cast down to the earth, and his angels were cast out with him. So who is this same serpent, which is called the devil, which is called Satan, this being, all right, that deceiveth the whole world? Now you read through this chapter, it goes into who? The Roman army coming against Israel to try to kill Yahweh Shai. All right. Verse 4, his tail drew the third part of the stars of heaven and did cast them to the earth. Talking about Judah, Benjamin, Levi, that was left over in the land of Israel. All right. And the dragon stood before the woman, which is ready to be delivered, for to devour her child as soon as it was born. Going into the Romans coming against Jerusalem to kill the firstborns, man. They was trying to get Yahweh Shai. All right. But it said that serpent, that Satan, the devil, is the same being. Who is he talking about? It's in 2 Thessalonians 2. Just real briefly, it's talking about Esau Edom, man. 2 and 3, let no man deceive you by any means, for that day should not come except there come a falling away first, and that man of sin be revealed, the son of perdition, who opposed and exalted himself above all that is called God, or that is worshipped, so he as God sitteth in the temple of God, showing himself that he is the most high. So this man, all right, makes himself as the image of the Most High. He has all the wisdom. He knows what's right. He knows what's wrong. All right. He made himself as God. Who put the image? When the Bible plainly says that the Messiah, who the world ignorantly calls Jesus, whose name is Yahweh, is a dark-skinned man. But everywhere you look, you see this red devil, right? A pale-faced Cesare Borgia, as they say. Or Serapis Christus. Same people, man. Eat them. All right. And it says, verse 7, for the mystery of iniquity doth already work. So who was ruling back then? This was already working. The Romans. Only who now letteth will let until he be taken out of the way. But it wasn't time for him to be taken down yet. And then shall that wicked be revealed, whom the Lord shall consume with the spirit of his mouth, and shall destroy with the brightness of his coming. Even him whose coming is after the working of Satan. So there's a man on earth who is the working of Satan, the physical counterpart of Satan, with all power and signs and lying wonders, and with all deceivableness of unrighteousness in them that perish, because they receive not the love of the truth, that they might be saved. And for this cause the Most High shall send them strong delusion, that they should believe a lie. So this man of sin has the power to go out and deceive the world, to deceive the people, that they all might be damned who believe not the truth, but had pleasure in unrighteousness. And who is this wicked one that's doing that? Hey, this is Malachi. I'm tripping. Hey, this is Malachi 1 and 3. And I hated Esau laid his mountains and his heritage waste for the dragons of the wilderness. All right, that beast, all right, that dragon is Esau Edom. All right, he is that dragon. He is that serpent. Whereas Edom saith, we are impoverished, but we will return and build the desolate places. Thus saith the Lord of hosts, they shall build. So Rome fell, and they came back and built again. Rome 2.0. That's why we have a Senate now. Okay? They shall build, but I will throw down. And they shall call them the border of wickedness. Who's that wicked? Edom. And the people against whom the Lord had indignation forever. Who's that dragon? Edom, our brother. Job 30. Job 30:29. I am a brother to dragons and a companion to owls. Who's our twin brother? Edom. He is that dragon. All right. He is that serpent. He is the wicked one. All right. He has that poison, that lies, which is the fruit that he gave Eve. It's the lies. Same thing he's doing now. Psalm 58 and 3. The wicked are estranged from the womb. They go astray as soon as they be born, speaking lies. Their poison is like the poison of a serpent. They are like the deaf adder that stoppeth her ear. So the fruit that the serpent gave Eve was the lies, man. All right, and that's the same thing happening now. It's just funny that she hopped on there and said, you will have the knowledge of the gods when you get this implant. That's the same thing that made that fruit sound enticing to Eve. Hosea 10 and 13, you have plowed wickedness, you have reaped iniquity, you have eaten the fruit of lies, because thou didst trust in thy way and the multitude of thy mighty men. All right? So this fruit that the serpent is going to talk about is the same lies that's being spewed out now, man. So this is Genesis 3 and 1. Now the serpent was more subtle than any beast of the field, which Yahweh power had made. And he said unto the woman, yea, hath the Most High said, ye shall not eat of every tree of the garden? And the woman said unto the serpent, we may eat of the fruit of the trees of the garden, but of the fruit of the tree which is in the midst of the garden, the Most High hath said, ye shall not eat of it, neither shall ye touch it, lest ye die. And the serpent said unto the woman, ye shall not surely die, for the Most High doth not slack, for the Most High doth know that in the day ye eat thereof, then your eyes shall be open, and ye shall be as gods, knowing good and evil. And that's the same thing being pushed now. All right, transhumanism. All right, a leap into the future. With this brain implant, you can do this. You can have the knowledge of gods. You can hack. You can have this life hack. You can have music playing in your head. All this madness, man. All right. You take the chip in your hand. You don't need keys anymore. It's like magic. You can open the door and it unlocks. You go to the payment box. You just put your hand over the pays. You know, they pushing that they pushing the same fruit that the serpent pushed, man. The fruit of lies. All right, because the same serpent doesn't power. All right, the old serpent called the devil. All right, you people are gonna fall right for it, man. You're gonna get that piercing, man. All right, he called the piercing serpent for a reason. He's ready to chip you. All right, this is Revelation 13. So the stage is set, man. Soon it's gonna be made mandatory to take it, man. Take the mark of the beast, which is the RFID chip, the RFID technology, man. This is Revelation 13 and 14, and deceiving them that dwell on the earth by the means of those miracles. I'm gonna start at Revelation 13. I'm gonna start at 12. And he exercised all the power of the first beast before him, the first Rome. All right, when you read Daniel, it goes to the four beasts that were ruled. All right, you have Babylon / Assyria, or Assyria / Babylon. All right, then you have Media Persia. Then you have Greece, and that fourth beast, that final beast, will be Rome. But with that final beast of Rome, there will be a little horn that will rule, that will come out of it. And that little horn is America. This is Rome 2.0. Just as in the statue, the last part of the statue, the legs was Rome, but then you had what? The feet, which is an extension of Rome. This is that place we're in. Okay? Like we read in Malachi, they shall rebuild. So Rome fell and they rebuilt it. All right? These other lands and rulers, they all had what? Monarchs, kings. All right? Even when they got weird, they had queens, but they still had a one ruler. Rome and America followed the same thing, which is having a senate. Because it said this beast was different. All right? And Maccabees, I believe the 8th chapter goes into that, man. All right? They have a senate, man. They have the plebeians, the patricians, the Republicans, the Democrats, the two horns, which is in the 11th verse. So back in verse 12, he exercises all the power of the first beast before him and causes the earth and them which dwell therein to worship the first beast, whose daily wound was healed. Thou shalt rebuild. All right, Rome is back. He doeth great wonders so that he maketh fire come down from heaven on the earth in the sight of men, which goes to his technological advances, which specifically, this one is going into the missiles. How did they get everybody to bow down to him? The people said, what? Who can make war with the beast? Esau will bomb your ass to smithereens. All right, he bombed Japan until what? They follow America now. They completely westernized and bugged out. All right, and deceiving them that dwelleth on the earth by the means of those miracles, which he had powers to do in the sight of the beast, saying to them that dwell on the earth that they should make an image to the beast, which had the wound by sword and did live. So they bombed the world, fucked the world up, got in power, and forced the people to do what? To follow his image, his way of life. It's called the Western mindset, Western philosophy. You got Western medicine, you got Western this, Western that. All right? Even when Obama was in office, he said, if you want American aid, all right, American assistance, you have to allow homosexual marriages. They push their way of living upon the world. They go across the world and quote unquote liberate women from the patriarchal society of the Eastern ways. And there's all this Western ass bullshit, man. All right. Had a bitch on light pole twerking in Iran, man. That's the Western mindset. That's the image, right? And he had power to give life unto the image of the beast, that the image of the beast should both speak, and cause that as many as would not worship the image of the beast should be killed. And he caused all, both small and great, rich, and we're seeing that happen. If you speak against whatever they're pushing now, all right, they've taken you off the damn internet. They're ready to crucify Trump. All right, and he is part of the damn puppet show. But he spoke against certain things, man. But that's so the stage can be set. You speak against the Crown Royal 19. You speak against the vaccines. All right. You talking about conspiracies, whatever, man. They ready to X your ass, man. Because hey, you gotta they making it what you they ready to put the clamps down on you, man. You gotta worship the beast. And it's the final step of it, man. And he causes all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads, and that no man might. And that mark is the Greek word charagma, which means etching. You know, I'm gonna just get it because it's a physical mark, which the next line is gonna prove it anyway. A stamp, an imprinted mark. All right, thing carved. All right, i.e. stamp as a badge of servitude, a scratch or etching. So it's literal. Okay, it's something physically going into you. And that no man might buy or sell, save he that had the mark, or the name of the beast, or the number of his name. So you can't buy or sell without it. And everything is going what? Digital. All right. You can make your payments with your chip. All right. You can buy your get on a train. They scan your hand with your chip. All right. They got that club, the Baja Club, where your entrance is through the chip. Everything is going digital. Hey, you can open your car door with it. And you can look this is already happening. Next is going to be made mandatory, man. All right. They already talked about the Appy Jack contract with the government for the chip ban with the C-19 vaccine. The next stage is this forced chip implantation, man. And they got it. And Uzi Vert was the perfect underhanded move to bring this to the mainstream as far as niggas. And he talking about getting the implant. Starts with getting some raw ass diamond. All right, because a diamond is raw. It's a big ass natural rose diamond. But it starts with him getting that, putting his head. He price dropped to $24 million. Got to put in my head. And he's talking about what next? Getting a Neuralink implant. We're just going to entice these niggas, just as the serpent enticed Eve and said you're going to have the knowledge of the gods. That's the exact same line that this devil said, mentioning this chip. With the Neuralink chip, we're going to have the knowledge of the gods. If you can't see that this is what's being set up by this devil, hey, you're blinded, my man. Here is wisdom, let him that hath understanding count the number of the beast, for it's the number of a man, his number is 603. All right, and I'm gonna grab the Greek on this 666, just to further prove the point. Chi Chi stigma, Chi Psi stigma, Slakia.
Strong's G 5516. Chi Psi stigma.
And it says
Chi
an
Psi
obsolete letter
stigma.
G4742. So I'm gonna grab that G742, which is stigma, and it says a mark pricked in or branded upon the body. A mark pricked in or branded upon the body. All right, so it's letting you know what that mark is. It's something physical. To ancient Oriental usage, which Orient means Eastern, slaves and soldiers bore the name or the stamp of their master or commander branded or pricked, cut into their bodies to indicate what master or general they belong to. All right, people do that today. They get tattoos or even branded. You know, when they join fraternities, they get branded and shit. It's nothing new. It's the mark of a slave. And there was even some devotees who stamped themselves in this way with the token of their gods. This is the last step to people showing that they worship Esau Edom, and they follow this devil to the grave, man. His way of living is the best way of living to them, man. That's them saying they love this shit and they don't want no other master. Just as they said, hey, and I believe it's in Matthew. Salakia. Damn. I don't know how to spell season. Okay. No king but Caesar. This is John 19:15. But they cried out, away with him, crucify him. Pilate said to them, shall I crucify your king? The chief priest answered, we have no king but Caesar. All right, they're going to eat those words, man. They're going to show that they follow Esau, Edom. Esau was their king, man. St. John 8:44, Esau is their father, man. All right, because they don't want the Lord. All right? The Lord has sent his prophets out here, prophesying early, and they refuse to follow him. They don't want the Lord, man. They want Caesar. So they're going to bow down and take that chip, man. So with that, hopefully it's edifying. All praise, honor, glory to you. How about Shami, how Shai, by Sharma Kakodash? Which that chip is a death sentence, man. It's the mark of the beast, all right? In fact, let me grab this. Let me grab one more. This is Revelation 16. And 2. And the first wind poured out his vial upon the earth, and there fell a noisome and grievous sore upon the men which had the mark of the beast, and upon them which worshipped his image. All right, so you're gonna be in pain, man. You're gonna die taking that mark, man. All right, worshiping this devil. Revelation 14:9, and the third angel followed them, saying with the loud voice, if any man worship the beast and his image, and receive his mark in his forehead or in his hand, the same shall drink of the wine of the wrath of the Most High, which is poured out without mixture, into the cup of his indignation, and he shall be tormented with fire and brimstone in the presence of the holy angels and in the presence of the Lamb. And the smoke of their torment ascended up forever and ever, and they have no rest day nor night who worship the beast and his image, and whosoever receiveth the mark of his name. Here is the patience of the saints. Here are they that keep the commandments of the Most High and the faith of Yahweh Shai. So we wait. This is what we waiting for, man. This last maneuver right here. Whoever take that chip, you're gonna die. Shalom.